So good morning friends, welcome back to our channel. So today we are going to talk about academic novel, university novel or campus novel. Alright, so before beginning this video, if you are new to this channel and if you want such videos directly in your YouTube suggestions, then don't forget to subscribe the channel. And also if you want me to share with you a lot more knowledge in private sessions, you can simply join my personal training program where I will personally help you to sail through all these UGC NET examinations or GATE examination or whatever. Alright, so now without any further delay, let's begin this topic. So academic novel, university novel or campus novel. So the meaning of these three words are same: university novel or campus novel. Alright, so don't get confused in between these terms. So this particular kind of novels are nothing but stories that set around in the campus or have academic setting. Alright, actually these type of novels started in 1950s, and the very first novel that has been credited with this type of genre is The Grooves of Academy by Mary McCarthy. But here Eileen Showalter comes and says that no, this work is not the first one which has academic setting, but there are another works that already has been set in campuses or universities. So Eileen Showalter says this in her book Faculty Towers, and she argues that the work like The Masters by C.P. Snow and The Professor's House by Willa Cather, these two novels have already been published before The Grooves of Academy, but we generally call this novel as one of the first novels in academic novel. But Eileen Showalter gave preference to these two books which came before The Grooves of Academy. Alright, so remember these 2 points. Other than this, these novels talk about humor, politics in between faculty members, and other such themes that has been discussed in these novels are of power, sex, class, banishment and exile. So we have seen the politics that happens among the teachers and among the faculty members are so much vicious. As soon as you crack your UGC NET examination and enter the field of academics, you will figure out the politics that happen around different faculty members. And how these novels are humoristic, M.H. Abraham has mentioned an example of the work The Clouds by Aristophanes. The Clouds by Aristophanes. So in this work, The Clouds by Aristophanes, what happened was the famous teacher Socrates is riding through the heavens sitting in a basket. So on reading the work The Clouds, we see that Socrates is sitting in the basket and he is riding through the heavens. So it creates humor. So Aristophanes is famous for his comedies. Do not forget it. Alright, it has been asked in UGC NET examination, so do not forget about Aristophanes. So there are many titles that has been mentioned in M.H. Abraham's work, A Glossary of Literary Terms, but we are not going to cover all those works that are not relevant or that are not important from the perspective of UGC NET examination. So here I am going to mention a few names that are important from the perspective of UGC NET. The first one is Middlemarch by George Eliot. Alright. So this George Eliot was in real Mary Ann Evans. George Eliot was a pen name of this person, Mary Ann Evans. Virginia Woolf has written an article titled George Eliot, where she praises George Eliot and her works. This is the question that has been asked in GATE mock test. So remember that Virginia Woolf has written a title named George Eliot, where she has talked about the works of George Eliot. And this Middlemarch is an historical novel. Another work by George Eliot that is important is Romola, which was first appeared in Cornhill magazine. Alright, so let's come back to the topic. Middlemarch is the first work that you have to remember, which is associated with the academic novel, university novel or campus novel. The second title is Jude the Obscure by Thomas Hardy. So Thomas Hardy is famous for his fictional country named as Wessex. Alright, just like R.K. Narayan has created his fictional town Malgudi, Thomas Hardy has created his fictional country Wessex. Alright, so Jude the Obscure is a novel by Thomas Hardy where Jude is a boy who studies classical Greek and Latin by himself in his free time, and this Jude later marries a girl named Arabella, but then due to some differences their marriage was broken. Actually she was just faking her pregnancy, and there are a lot of differences between this couple. So they both were separated, and later Jude fell in love with his cousin Sue. But this Sue marries with the teacher of Jude, and the teacher of this Jude was Mr. Philiston. So you see, he's an academician or a school teacher or whatever you want to say. This makes this novel Jude the Obscure categorized under campus novel or university novel. So this Sue does not want to come in sexual relationship with her husband. Later she also broke up with her and mingled with the Jude. And at the end of this novel, Sue again went back to Mr. Philistine, and this Jude again accepts her wife Arabella. So the novel starts with the relationship between Jude and Arabella, and the novel ends again with the same thing, Jude and Arabella. The events that happen in between the beginning and the end has a lot to do with the campus or school teacher Mr. Philistine. Alright, on this particular work, Jude the Obscure, D.S. Lawrence talks about the work, a study of Thomas Hardy. Alright, so remember all these points. And also this Jude the Obscure was the last novel written by Thomas Hardy. So we have covered two works, Middlemarch by George Eliot, Jude the Obscure. The third one is Lucky Jim by Kingsley Amis. And this Lucky Jim was the first work written by Kingsley Amis. Remember that Jude the Obscure was the last work written by Thomas Hardy, and this Kingsley Amis first work was Lucky Jim. Another important work that is associated with campus novel is the trilogy by David Lodge, Lodge. So the first work in this trilogy is Changing Places, second is Small World, third is Nice Work. The subtitle of Changing Place is A Tale of Two Campus. Another important work in this campus novel is Brideshead Revisited. There was a UGC NET question that what is the subtitle of this work, Brideshead Revisited. The answer was The Sacred and Profane Memories of Captain Charles Ryder. Captain Charles Ryder. So this was UGC NET question, and this novel is set in Oxford University. And the novels which set in Oxford University or Cambridge University are known as varsity novels. The technique of clipping has been used here. If you will read the subject aspects of language or linguistics, you will come to know about the technique clipping. Alright, so varsity novels are those novels which are set in Oxford University or Cambridge University. Alright, this novel is very important, Brideshead Revisited, and this is a major work, Eveline Waugh, and it talks about homosexuality between two characters, Sebastian and Captain Charles Ryder. The sister of Sebastian was Julia, and this girl was also in love with Charles Ryder, and this boy was also in love with Charles Ryder. Another important work in campus novel is John Barth's Giles Goat Boy. And the last work that is important is Philip Roth's The Human Stain. No need to go in detail of these works. Remember the title of this one, remember the title of this one, remember the title of David Lowe's trilogy, read Brideshead Revisited in detail, read Jude the Obscure in detail, read Middlemarch in detail, and read Lucky Jim in detail. These 4 or 5 works are important. Question may come from within these novels. And another subcategory that comes under this campus novel is adjunct novel. ADJUNCT, adjunct novel. And the meaning of this is characters are marginalized, underpaid faculty members or teachers whose positions expose them to uncertainty and deprivation, resulting in anxiety. So remember that Lucky Jim is the novel by Kingsley Amis, and there is a work Unlucky Jim by Jeffrey J. Williams. The subtitle of this work is The Rise of Adjunct Novel. The Rise of Adjunct Novel. Alright, so I hope you have understood this term. So that's it for this video, and also if you found this video worth of your time, like the video. This will encourage me to create more such contents for you. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much.